And welcome back to the Dead Truth Podcast. I'm Kevin.
I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Joel.
And we're going to try this live thing one more time. If not, we'll just upload this later. Because if you're a streaming expert, hit us up the email and help us with this shit. That's all I got to say about that. So my big question for you, Jimmy, is since you, when you first started stalking, you kind of mentioned in the last podcast how it was totally different than what it is today or last year or so. Tell us about the changes that you've seen from the people coming out and stuff, how it's changed throughout the years. That's my biggest question I always had.
Well, no matter what, you always have that person that comes in and think they're top shit every year. And it's kind of funny. The first year we were doing it, there really wasn't that many people. There were like maybe 10 of us.
Yeah.
We used to have Walker Stalker pool parties for all of us. And we used to go around and kind of hang out and do that. Dean and Keith Bolt and all of us used to kind of hang out. It was real close. When it started changing, when actually you seen the whole, the group with the bracelets, you actually seen them come up every year, and that's where it started changing. Whenever they started coming up and doing different things, they wanted to act like they were top shit, so they brought more and more people on board. And it was kind of like Joel said, it was kind of like the Negan group, they had their own stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then after, he got sick, you had these twin sisters come up and they tried to do things.
Oh, I forgot about them.
Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And then also you had your boy that was on that, never can remember his name. He followed Norman Reedus home with Porsche.
Crazy boy.
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah, photographer boy, yeah.
Yeah. So you had all these people coming in trying to take over things, and I was just kind of sitting back watching everything at one point, and then you had them being mean and trying to bully people online, and it was like kind of like we were in high school again in a lot of ways. So one of the best stalkers that, I met was probably would be Lisa Dupree and, Kim, Rebecca. One of the person that's remained with me through all this has always been Cindy Sumner. As far as new people, I love seeing them come and go. There's been tragic events that's happened. I've seen a lot of people pass away.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years. I mean, I've seen a lot of good people pass away.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a lot of tragedy. That's the reason why I won't help people at the American Cancer Center anymore. It's a tragic story that, if you want me to get into it, I will. But it was a horrible story. I used to help, a lot of people, and my ex-wife brought, this man and his wife. They come on our tour one time, and he had cancer so bad that basically he lost the arm and he lost the leg, and they were on opposite sides of his body.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know what kind of cancer he had, but it was very, very, it took over his whole body really, really quick. I'm not going to say any names because it kind of ends tragically, but
yeah,
he come up, hung out with us a lot, and my ex-wife used to keep up with his wife. Well, one day we got the phone call he had passed away, and we talked to his wife. She was doing fine, and the next morning my wife answered the phone, and her daughter had called and said that she had committed suicide.
Oh, man. Wow.
So she had basically, done what she done because she's lost her love of her life and her high school boyfriend. I don't talk about stories like that much. Patrick, he used to work in Brandon with me. He passed away when I worked down there with him. Yeah. I'm not going to say how that happened.
Yeah, I remember Patrick.
Yeah, Pat died. If you look back at the Walkers Among You documentary, the lady that had the autographed Michael Rooker van, she had all the, paintings on that.
Yeah.
She passed away. There's been a lot of good stuff out of The Walking Dead. You have inspiration stories, Lisa Dupree's friend, she passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But through all this, what remains the same is how they treat people. Once the Make-A-Wish Foundation comes up, they're the first ones that come out and make sure everything's taken care of. And there's a lot of heartwarming stories in here. I mean, you got people that beat cancer. You have there's a guy I used to take on tour with me. He had a dog named Gunny. His name was Randall. And he was a part of, I don't know. He was in Army, Marines. I don't know. But he had PTSD really bad. And I remember he went to Walker Stalker with us one year. And our little thing was set up next to the airsoft rifle little thing they had going on. And he heard those shots ringing. And the Gunny had to calm him down. He had to leave Walker Stalker. He's still around to this day. Great guy. His daughter got to meet Norman Reedus, Andy Lincoln. We helped her meet everybody.
Yeah.
Wow. I used to help those guys. I think he's in the Wounded Warrior Project in Mississippi. Like I said, there's a lot of good stuff. Just had to look for it. Oscar Rodriguez, the guy that owns, the camp, used to be formerly known as Biter Bash with Scott Spillman.
Yeah.
I met him. He was actually on top of the roof in Grantville. My ex-wife let him up there, and he was on top of the roof, jumping up and down like he's Lenny James. In the town, I'm like, who the hell's on the roof? And she's like, it's just Oscar. I'm like, well, who the hell's Oscar? And
I remember Oscar.
Sure, yeah. Maybe we can get him on here one day. He's a whisperer, Joel.
Okay.
You're real great guy. I mean, that's where I met him. He was a fan. Brett Halminski, he was just a normal fan. He had went through something in his life, and he was stationed at Fort Benning. And he met his wife down here. And when he retired from the Army, he actually became the security guy on all the sets of The Walking Dead.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And he recently retired and moved up to Michigan. He's doing really well right now. But there's always good people and bad people.
Yeah. It's
as far as, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just say it's like a handful of really good people. Then there's a select few of bad people that kind of ruin the whole thing. And then some of the good people are like, hell with this and never come back.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of that. I remember early on in Walker Stalker, I remember this lady was fussing because she had went and spent a lot of money on Walker Stalker stuff. And she was asked, how did you feel about how the event went? And she's like, well, I feel like I'm cattle in a line and I don't like the way it is. Well, somebody from Walker Stalker come to this woman and basically said, if you don't like it, you can go home. After you spent $3,000.
Yeah.
So, there, like I said, there's good things, there's bad things. I can't say anything negative ever about Eric on the Walker Stalkers.
Yeah,
ever.
Really good.
Never
dude.
said anything bad. That dude was so awesome. James, there's nothing I can say good.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing.
Do you believe that's when it started changing, when Walker Stalker Con started? Because I remember you and your ex-wife were one of the first backers for it, and worked the first con and all that. And is that when it started kind of changing a little bit during the first Walker Stalker Con? Or
well, Walker Stalker, you got to understand, when Eric and James were small, they were just like us, man. they invited me to come. I worked at the school full time. I was there. So when they came and rented the school for the premiere party for season 4, I worked that premiere party. I was there through all of it. And I asked him, I said, hey, since I'm working this, can I bring people on? And they're like, yeah, of course you can. So I basically brought my wife on, my neighbor, anybody that loved The Walking Dead I had with me that night. That's where I met Vicki Jennings at. Vicki Jennings, I don't know if you know, Joel, but she actually does, during big conventions, she's the one that escorts Norman Reedus around. That's her job.
Yeah.
She makes sure the fans stay off of it. So, I mean, through all this stuff, there's been good stuff, there's been bad stuff, but for the most part, that event went really well. I had a ball. I was invited to go work for Eric and James at the first convention. That was Walker Stalker 1. I worked for Andrew Lincoln. There's a video with him talking to my mother-in-law on the phone.
I remember that. Yeah, so that's fun.
We hung out with him all day. It was 12 hours of nothing but hanging out with Andy Lincoln. I worked his line like I was the line leader, and as soon as they come out the elevator, I was telling them where to go. I got cussed out so bad, no joke, so bad. Sean Giesick and his dad came up to me and helped me get people off of me.
Yeah.
Andrew Lincoln told me to come to his table that day before I left. He wanted to talk to me. So I went over there and I was like, hey, what's up, Andy? He goes, just go in the convention, get whatever you want signed, because I know you had a hard – get whatever you want and I'll sign it because I know you had a hard day. Me being the way I am, that was a challenge. So I went up and got everything I could.
And you did. I remember that.
Yeah, I had a box of stuff. And the funniest thing about it ever was I had got these little $1-a-piece comic books, and I started giving them away at the convention. Giving them away. I would go through the crowd and just hand them to people, okay? You know what I was told for that? I was stealing from the convention.
Yeah.
Because the thing Andy Lincoln had gave to me, I was handing back to the fans. Only thing I kept out of that box was 2 things. I kept my poster I still have on my wall today, and I kept a comic book signed by him, the one. I had over 40 things signed that day.
Yeah.
And truthfully, I gave them all away.
Man, so how are you stealing from the convention if they were gifts to you and then you just decided to re-gift them to someone else?
Because you have to understand that convention had been oversold so much. The line was supposed to end at 5 o'clock. We were still in there at 10:30 at night working.
Yeah.
Wow.
They worked that man to death. They actually came. They come to me at the elevator and they would bitch at me. And my remark was, "Hey, man, I'm a fan just like you. I'm volunteering. I'm not making any money.
Mm-hmm.
If you like Andrew Lincoln, because I like Andrew Lincoln, he's not a machine. If you want him to sign your stuff, you have to get in line, and they will take care of you. Yeah. I cannot help how fast he's going. He was spending time with people, okay? He was not only saying, at the table, he would talk to people because that's just the way he was, okay?
And those are the kind of actors that people love and truly are endeared to. And, I mean, the ones that will take time out of their busy schedule just, have a few seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds worth of conversation, not just here you sign, and here you go, you next. And I know that makes it harder for the people like you who are volunteering to help things go smoothly at these kind of conventions. But people love those kind of actors who will take their time.
Well, no, I'm going to be honest with you. Nothing went smooth at Walker Stalker. Nothing.
Has it ever? Has it ever, though?
I'll be honest with you.
Make it go.
I worked 12 and a half hours that day. All I was able to eat the whole day was some water and some cold pizza. I mean, really cold pizza. Been sitting there half the day because I could not leave that line. Even when he was up there doing pictures, my job was to stay at that line. Okay.
Yeah.
Did I ever get hey man, you did an awesome job? Well, maybe once or twice from James when he liked me. But I mean, he didn't really like many people. I mean, if you were part of that core group,
Oh yeah.
if one night we need to sit back and watch the documentary of Walker Stalker, and I will critique each level that they talk about.
Yeah.
Because they lie in that damn documentary 100% about everything.
Yeah.
So one night, if y'all want to, I mean, it lasts an hour and a half, so we can do half of it one night and half of it the next. But I mean, it's a constant bullshit parade, man. Not only that, they called Dean Sudduth the biggest drunk he ever seen. That's what James said about him.
Yeah.
And Dean Sudduth was one of my best friends at the time. Yeah, he drunk a lot, but that's just what Dean did. They knew that before Dean got in there. And Dean and Cindy, I mean, I love those guys to death, and they never done anything wrong to me. But James and Leanne, when she was alive, never was good to me at all. I worked for them. I busted my butt, but at the end of the day, I was still stalking, and I was taking money out of their hands because I was showing people that they can go out there and get the shit for free.
Yeah.
They didn't like it.
Is that when it changed on you right there? When they after the first Walker Stalker, they were like, "Oh, you're taking money from us" and all that. And is that when they started?
No, I think the whole Walker Stalker change happened, and I don't mean to sound mean or anything about anyone. And my whole thing was my ex-wife used to drink a lot.
Yeah.
And that night at Walker Stalker, you ever watched Benny Hinn?
Yeah.
Remember him? You remember them?
Yeah.
Damn hallway? It's kind of like how my ex-wife was at that convention. So it's like,
wow.
and it was pretty crazy, man. And I think maybe we got some backlash for that. I know that our opportunities dried up because of the stuff that happened.
Yeah.
I wasn't in control of that, but I took the fall for it.
Yeah.
It's okay. As things went on, the second convention, I was going to work it. I think you were working it.
Yeah. I got lucky.
Well, let me go back to the first convention. We were supposed to work for Norman Reedus the very next day after Andrew Lincoln. When we got up in the morning, there was a lot of stuff going on. We did not work for him. The reason why we didn't work for him was because me and my ex-wife did some stuff. So
Yeah.
no, we didn't. Did we enjoy ourselves? Yes, we enjoyed ourselves. The second Walker Stalker, we got demoted to outside line control, so we didn't work it.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't work it. Eric actually came to me and apologized and said it would never happen again. Okay? Once that happened, Eric jumped ship. I don't know why Eric jumped ship. I heard it was because of his family. But at the end of the day, there was some shit going on Eric didn't like. Okay? So when he jumped ship, it was left in the hands of James. And I think whenever Leanne passed away,
Yeah.
that really hit James hard. And I look at it like this. I think that, I don't know if James meant to take advantage of a lot of people, but I think Leanne's death really messed James up.
Yeah.
I think it might have something to do with it. Yeah. His whole demeanor changed after that. It was just, wherever Leanne went, James was there. It was kind of like Eric and him. It just was.
Yeah.
Do I think that people got taken advantage of on purpose? Maybe so. I mean, a girl I knew, she was in the hospital, had pictures and everything, and they wouldn't give her a refund. Yeah. Fast forward it to a couple years ago, the infamous picture. Okay, remember the infamous picture, Kevin? So
Yes.
There was a picture. All right, this is a true story about this. I mean, I ain't got nothing to hide. So we got up to Atlanta, and we got a lot of stuff free. I mean, we used to go into conventions, and they used to give us free tickets. The only thing they wouldn't give us is autographs. They'd give us pictures and stuff. So we got in there, and of course, it was when I had my leg was messed up real bad, and I was still kind of in a gimpy, and I was in the wheelchair or wherever the hell I was in at the time. And I was told that here, by a member of the core group, here's a ticket. Go use the ticket for pictures. Do not use it for Norman Reedus or JDM. You can't do that. Get your picture. I said, okay, no big deal. Keep in mind I had my ex-wife with me. And my ex-wife hated Walker Stalker for good reason.
Oh, I know that.
for good reason. She had good reason.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
So as it went along, we got in line. Of course, I had my bum leg. They told me to go through the disability line, so I did. All right. Coming up the line, we had these big, gigantic cast pictures. Okay. So I looked at the line. I looked at Marlene. Marlene looked at the girl, and she said, "We can't get in this line." She said, "They told us we couldn't." The girl looked at us and said, "Let me see if you can." I was like, okay. Anybody would have done that.
Yeah.
The girl went in there. She talked to somebody, come back out, swear to God this happened. She said, Josh said it was fine. Josh McDermott was sitting there waving at me and Marlene.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, we've known Josh McDermott since before he was on the show.
Yeah.
Okay? So we seen this. We're like, okay, we're going to get a picture done. So we walked in there, got a cast picture for a regular picture. They allowed it.
Yeah.
Okay? Coming out of there, we seen Vicky. We said, Vicky, this is what happened. Vicky said, okay, just keep a little profile. Okay, no big deal. My wife, being what she was, quickly posted the picture. Not even 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Not even 5 seconds of coming out that damn room. Keep in mind, I still don't know what's going on. I'm in a fog.
Yeah.
I'm lifting my ass back to where all our friends was. Next thing I know, all hell had broke loose with it, and we got accused of stealing the picture.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell who gave the slip. Okay.
Yeah.
Rick Johnson did not give me that slip of paper. It was not him. He got in trouble because he escorted us around and everything.
Yeah.
Like when I tell you I got top notch Walker Stalker, I got escorted from the front entrance to JDM's table in the back of it. I went and skipped line and everything. That's how we used to get stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So when this happened, I got that picture. All hell broke loose. I don't know who the hell's mad at me, but everybody is. I got a $600 picture for free.
I'm pissed now. $600.
It ain't like I set out.
I wasn't even there, and I'm mad.
I'm just saying, if y'all were put in a situation where this person had gave y'all a free ticket to get one person on the, and they give you 10 people instead, it was every male in The Walking Dead except for Rick.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I don't.
Norman Reedus, Stadium, everything. Yeah, I took the damn thing and ran with it.
Yeah. Who wouldn't take advantage of that?
Yeah. So
any hardcore fan would, and they would not be ashamed of doing it.
Not at all.
Yeah. So fast forward it to the last convention of Walker Stalker I went to. I went to the one before the infamous Death Con, I call it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, the year before. So I took my girlfriend up there. I got my free ticket again. One person. I made sure she got the one person. She got a picture with him. She was happy. I was happy by that time. I went the hell home. Yeah. I stayed at the convention every bit of 30 minutes. I got the fuck out of there.
I know you did because I talked to you, and then next time I know you're in your car. you're heading home.
Yeah, the thing about it was, I had went through the shitter with those people.
Yeah.
I tell you the truth, I was friendly to James as I was anybody else.
Yeah.
And for James to sit there, I'll be honest with you, James blocked me from Facebook, and I didn't do a damn thing to James.
Yeah.
Leanne blocked me before she died.
Mm.
I still don't know what they blocked me for. To this day, I don't know.
Is it because you know too much, or is it?
Well, I knew a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew a lot of shit.
Yeah. Were they scared that you would say something, or?
Well, I just knew them. I knew who they actually were. You can ask, Jamie Thompson. She's the lead lady down in Harrelson. For the most part, she'll tell you that James wasn't a good person 5 years before he did what he did.
I'm going to promote this for you guys. It'll be on the YouTube here in a little bit, but Walking Dead Tours and Events in Harrelson. The website's up there now. So
I hear you. Right. So, Mr. Joe, what you think of all this, buddy? Look bored.
Mr. Who?
Joe.
Oh, I thought you said Mr. Bill. I'm like, who's Mr. Bill? Except the little Play-Doh guy that used to be on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, that's
No, I'm
hard.
just sitting here listening.
Bill.
Now the whole Walker Stalker thing. My brother is in sales in the food and beverage industry, and he had a client up in, I think it was Maryland, and he and his, I guess, I don't remember which part of the member of the family was his client. I don't know if it was the husband or the wife, but either way, the entire family, kids and all, were huge Walking Dead fans, and they wanted to plan a trip to come down here and see all the filming sites, and hope to meet some of the actors and get autographs and everything. Well, I told him about the Walker Stalker convention, and he said, "Wow," he said, "that'd be great. They want to get pictures with them." I said, "Well, from what I understand, at the convention, you have to pay a good penny to get a picture with any of the actors." And he's like, "Really? You're kidding me?" I'm like, "No, that's apparently how they make their money." And I don't think the family ever decided to come down to the convention, which I pretty much told them. I said I would not tell them to go that way, that if they really wanted to, a better chance at meeting the cast and possibly getting autographs for pictures is to come down and when they're filming. And like the Walker Stalkers started out, they'd hang out at the filming areas, and that's how I met Andrew Lincoln, like I mentioned in the first episode. And then I met Norman and Melissa, and I mean they're all just so great. I mean they are actors who really love their fans, not because their fans make their paycheck. I mean they really adore their fans.
Yeah, that's true, because they're and was it the year they raised the price on the autographs, and most of the big celebrities didn't want to. You remember that one?
Yeah, I think. Let's see. When the first Walker Stalker, I think Norman Reedus himself was $60.
Yeah,
that was the highest one you had. That was for an autograph. I'm not sure pictures. I don't really do pictures all that much. I think I paid Stephen Yoon. I paid $40 for. Yeah. Okay. Fast forward to the third convention. You had Norman Reedus as $100.
Mm-hmm.
And that made all the conventions from Dragon Con to Comic Con all raise up. I mean, you had Dragon Con was really cheap, okay? Yeah. All of a sudden, when Walker Stalker and James raised the prices, I don't know if it technically was James or Norman manager, but I mean it went up significantly. I mean it went up to what, $150 at one time?
Yeah, it was getting way up there. I mean, unreal.
They try to reduce, I think, the lines down, but when you do that, just limit the people, not kill the price. I mean, they were making a killing, and people were still standing in line for it.
Oh yeah, I mean Norman's line. That thing.
It's like our friend Lisa. She loves seeing Norman. She will go through that line a million times.
Yeah.
And if she wants to pay the money for it, God bless her. I don't see a thing wrong with it. Get as many pictures as you possibly can with the man, because like I say, once the wheels fall off of this damn thing, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
well, one thing that I don't understand about autographs anymore is back in the day, that was proof that you met the celebrity or the sports star or whatever. Now people have turned that into a business. They want to get a football or a baseball autograph and they resell it. But I would figure that, I mean, for someone like me, that I don't ever intend on selling anything if I were to get an autograph. But isn't the selfie the new autograph? I mean, you get a picture. Norman Reedus loves taking pictures with the cast members. He usually does the one finger salute, but I mean that's your proof right there that you met the celebrity. You're in a picture with them. Yeah. You don't need an autograph unless you intend on profiting from that autograph somehow. That's why I don't care about autographs.
Yeah. Well,
I'll be honest with you.
Go ahead, Jim.
Go ahead, Kevin. I'll be honest with you. I used to go get extra shit just to piss people off.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember. Okay. You got to remember Norman. He signed everything. Remember how much his autograph used to be worth?
And he blew it out.
Yeah, he blew it out on purpose. Yeah, he did that on purpose. That was smart of him.
He inundated the market.
Yeah.
Well, he made as much money as he could like I said, the wheels fell off of that thing, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But the thing about it was, you ought to look at the collection I had. I mean, before everything happened with me, I had one of the biggest Walking Dead collections ever.
It was huge.
Everything was signed. Everything I had.
It was huge. You barely had room for all that stuff. I remember that.
I had a living room full, a bedroom full, and 2 closets.
Because I remember when you first brought out that one little bookshelf, and then you had to get another one because you ran out of room. And then it started going into the other room, and then to the other room.
I used to walk through Walmart and just grab Walking Dead shit. I'll get this signed today. Just it was the thrill of the hunt with me. It wasn't about making profits. It was more or less. I'll be honest with you, and this is gonna sound kind of messed up. I went out there to prove to your boys' group that they wasn't shit every day. I would go out there to prove that every day, like they being Griffin, and that big group be sitting up on the side, and they would watch Andrew Lincoln leave. And I still walk away from an autograph.
Yeah.
I would literally run my ass off on the other side of the street, go up to a stop sign about a mile up the road, and he would stop for me still.
You were up all night. And then people always heard the stories. How does Jimmy do that? Like, how did he get that? We didn't even see him come by.
Because of the fact of he knew my face. He didn't know me, but he knew my face. I was a familiar face, and he used to walk up to me. Even when the big crowds was there, people got mad at me because he would walk toward me. I remember there was an instance where we were in Griffin, and this girl, we were standing in line, and she got bypassed by Andy.
Yeah.
This girl broke down crying. I mean, she fell to the ground. You know what I did? I picked that damn little girl up, threw her ass in line. She was about 23 years old. I picked her up, drug her around. I kid you not, by one arm. Come on. I picked her up, still got her stand-up autographed and everything, okay?
Yeah.
This guy named Greg Whaley was with me, okay? This first ever time he ever met Andrew Lincoln at all, because I used to see him twice a week. It wasn't that big deal. So, like, I was standing down the hill next to Andy telling him to come here, and Greg's looking at me like everything was in slow motion. It was a trip. I'm like, come here, damn it.
I remember that. It's like, go. Oh. Yeah. Good old Greg. He's the sheriff of Coon County.
Yep. We used to have a ball with old Greg. He less than Billy Idol, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the good old days. And, it just makes me think of last time I was in Griffin, I told you, it was when Cutlass first came on the show, and Cutlass come across the street, and Stephen Young was coming too, and this car was driving by, right? This woman jumped out of her car, 2 kids, didn't put them parked, didn't do anything, jumped out because Stephen was walking across the street, and the car's still going. And one of the Griffin's policemen had to run and jump in the car and put it in park, and then had to go to arrest her.
Child endangerment, I'm sure.
I got one that tops that one.
Oh,
I was sitting there at down the street from my house, and this girl we used to hang out with all the time, she had this envelope. We didn't know what she was doing.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So she walked up to Norman Reedus' car, okay? She handed him in a box. He pulled out this box. It was a portable pussy. I kid you not. It was a portable pussy. His eyes opened up about that big. She handed the envelope. I swear to God, she goes, "That's think about me later." And he's like, "Thank you." I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, I looked at Norman. I'm like, I didn't do anything to do with this shit. I was like, I'm leaving.
I remember when you told us that. That was like the next day you told me about that. I'm like, nah. You're like, yeah. I'm like, no. And then you pointed.
I only watched the girl. Yeah, I won't talk about her name or nothing, but I watched that girl hand him that portable pussy, and I'm like, here's some of my shit. I gotta go. I was like, oh my God.
But I don't know if you remember.
I'm out of here.
I don't remember the next time we saw Norm when we were with you, and you saw Norman, and you said, "Norman, I don't have a box for you." He started laughing his ass off. I remember that. Oh man. See, and that's the stories that a lot of people don't know what really happens, at the filming locations or stuff like that. Some of the crazy shit that happens. It's just like it's like so unreal you can't believe it. I mean, I know you could probably go on for days, Jimmy, on some of these stories. I mean,
Well, I can go with another girl, kind of a sexual thing too. We were sitting down there. This is the Daryl Beth where they burned down the house, with the moonshine in it.
yeah.
And we were sitting there, and this girl we were hanging out with grabbed Norman Reedus' shit, and she was drunk. And a couple days passed, and she goes, I was drunk. I didn't mean to do it. And he goes, it's okay. It's okay. It's no big deal. I liked it anyway. It's fine. I was like, all righty then. I was like, here's what it is, man.
Oh.
And it's just, there was always something going on that was just outrageous.
Yeah.
And that's when I kind of, I like that stuff. If Norman was cool with everybody, if you were cool with him.
Yeah.
Where it got a little too much, where I think we were sitting, where the Sophie's church is?
Yeah.
We were in that parking lot of that church, and Norman had stopped in the middle of the road, and a bunch of people surrounded his car, okay? Well, that was really the big last time he ever stopped, and everybody was there. I mean, a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
Instead of parking in the middle of the road, Norman should have parked in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because that's why the studio shut it down, because they said it was like y'all stopping him in the road. No, Norman Reedus stopped for us. We went out there and got his autograph. And the people that never seen him before stayed out there.
Mm-hmm.
They literally hung out around his car. So, there's also one incident we were down by the studio, and Andy stopped his car, just walked out and hung out with us. And he was just hanging there. And it stopped the traffic from the studio going home. I mean, that day was awesome because Andy stopped. It stopped the whole cast behind him. I mean, the whole cast was there. They couldn't go nowhere. It was awesome.
It's like, what are you going to do? Fire me? I'm Andrew Lincoln. I'm the star of the show.
I had my poster, and literally I was going to each car. Here, sign this, sign this, sign this. And I hit everybody. I was like, all right.
So, man. Jimmy, you were talking earlier about the autographs being a thrill of the hunt. Which autograph was the hardest or most exciting for you to acquire?
To be honest with you, I used to like doing baseball. I started out with baseball. I started out with Richmond, Virginia, the Richmond Braves.
I'm from Roanoke.
Yeah, my dad lived in Halifax, North Carolina, so I used to go up there every summer with my dad. So when I started doing this, it was not for technically what everybody else thought was me making money off of it. It was remembering my dad. My dad's been dead since I was 20 years old.
Oh, wow.
So when I went out doing autographs, that's what reminded me of my dad, truthfully.
Okay. And that's totally cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I went out every day because it was there, and I got autographs. And keep in mind, I gave away a lot. I mean, a lot. Right. We used to do signings and stuff at the Woodbury shop and everything with some of the walkers. But the favorite one I ever had was Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, yeah.
And me and Kevin went to the airport one night. I got some flight info on Shaq. And we stood there with his big old ass, and we got some autographs from him. I think he signed your basketball.
Yeah.
And signed a picture for me. That was kind of cool. Chipper Jones, Chris Tucker, Oprah Winfrey. I've gotten a lot of people.
Yeah. And you got your photo with Jesse Jackson. Don't forget that.
Yeah, you remind me all the time I got a photo with Jesse. But the thing is, okay, remember the guy that just died, John Lewis?
Yeah.
I should have got a picture with him too. I regret that.
Yeah, I got his autograph, but I never got his picture.
Remember, after Jesse Jackson, he walked by us.
Yeah.
And I hesitated and didn't get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse Jackson, I don't think you got him. You were like, I'm not touching that one. I'm like, look it, I'll get him.
Yeah, you.
And
yeah, the Atlanta airport's always, you don't know who's going to walk through there. I mean,
yeah, like I mentioned, I think the last episode that my brother has run into everybody from Ric Flair, Roddy White, to people of all other actors and sports, whatever. But my first celebrity encounter back in Virginia, there was a new gym opening, and Lou Ferrigno was there.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I knew him from The Incredible Hulk, and so I waited in line for probably 45 minutes to get up there and get a little autograph. And that's the first celebrity I've ever met. And that's what you did. You got autographs. And this is back in the 80s.
Yeah.
There weren't cell phones back then. And but I went to shake his hand, and my hand, which I got a pretty wide hand, but it just disappeared into his. It was just like, can I have my hand back, sir?
Yeah.
And so, what were both of your first celebrity encounters?
I was 10 years old. I went to Fulton County Stadium. There's a pitcher that Braves had called Greg McMichaels.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
He does the fan stuff to this day, okay? Greg McMichaels pissed me off so bad, I will not take his autograph to this day. He did not pass me up twice. He passed me up 4 times for the adults. I was 10 years old, okay? So when Greg McMichaels tries to sign shit for me now, I will not take it. Yeah. I don't want his autograph. He pissed me off so bad. I was a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, okay, another one. The next baseball player, I was shaking, man. I ain't gonna lie. I was like 15 years old, and freaking Mark Lemke walked up to me, and I was trembling, boy. And and I remember back, and it was exciting to meet Mark Lemke. You know, I look back now and all the celebrities I met, and the only one I ever got excited for was Mark Lemke.
Yeah.
I met Oprah. I met everybody on The Walking Dead. I met, Chris Tucker. The only one I ever got nervous for was Mark Lemke.
Mark Lemke, you got nervous over. That's funny.
I met Mark Lemke one time, and he's a great dude. I was working at Stone Mountain Park Golf Course. I know we're kind of getting off The Walking Dead here, but just giving some people a little bit of something different just for a couple of minutes as a break. But so this one Sunday after I finished working at the golf course, I went to get my clubs to come out and play, and I come up to the first tee, and there is Jeff Blauser, Fred McGriff, and Mark Lemke all getting ready to tee off. And this is where Greg McMichaels pissed you off. Well, Fred McGriff pissed me off.
Crime dog.
I said, what, did y'all no game today? Because this is 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and McGriff just turned to me and said, we played earlier. Well, this was 1995, the year they won the World Series, but it was early in the season, and it was also the year after the strike. So I wasn't following baseball much because of the strike. But I saw them, and so he snapped at me like that, and I'm just like, whoa, okay, dude. And but after they finished their round, and I finished mine, and I'm heading to the bag drop to drop off my bags, and I see Lemke come with the cart to return the cart, and he's like, hey, have a good day. And I was like, whoa, dude, awesome. So, yeah, he's a good dude.
You know what's more exciting about that story?
What?
You met the ghost.
Yeah.
The ghost?
Jeff Blauser's the ghost, man.
Yeah.
What, why is he the ghost?
You can't find
Explain,
him.
Kevin. You can't find
him. He's never around. He never shows up for anything, alumni or anything. Or if he does, he disappears right after. He's gone.
We call him the ghost. No shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
The only way I got him on a ball was I found one before at a Goodwill for like $2, and it was in perfect condition. I was like, holy shit.
Well, I didn't get the autographs, but I met him. And Lemke was the coolest one out of the three by far.
Well, I think the whole time I've been doing autographs now, it's been well over 10 years. And Mark Lemke's not Mark Lemke, but Jeff Blauser's only had one signing the whole time.
Yeah, he is. And then the first autograph I ever got was Ferguson Jenkins. I was about 9 years old at Wrigley Field, and he wouldn't sign for anybody. His wife grabbed my program and says, honey, now you sign this for this young man. There you go, my first autograph.
Well, see, you're talking about Michael's stepping past you, Jimmy, as a kid to sign for the adult. It's one thing I loved about Otis Nixon, even with his off-the-field antics that he had. He would never sign autographs for adults, only for kids. He
comes down here to my son's baseball games all the time, and he's just a great guy. Him and Johnny Estrada. Johnny actually coaches out in Grantville, and Otis is always around noon and doing baseball stuff, man. Always. Yeah.
Now, who's the hardest one from The Walking Dead that you've encountered? The hardest
That was
one.
the girl who played Rosita by far.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
She does not like to do autographs. I've gotten Miss Shawn a million times compared to her. The most infamous one, though, was the night that Seth Gillian got his DUI. Me and Kevin actually met it that night.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I remember. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so we got him going to the party at Norman's house. We did not catch him. He was going too fast away from it.
Oh, I remember that. I forgot all about that one because that's when we all Diane, what's her Michonne's name? What's her real name? Yeah, she was getting gas, and everybody attacked her, and she looked like we were going to kill her or something.
My whole thing is all you have to say is no.
Yeah,
when you say no, it's cool. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's what I noticed most about The Walking Dead actors compared to going to like other movie sets and stuff like that. They're on set, they're actually friendly. Like if you go to another movie, like a movie set, most actors. Me remember Michael Keaton.
Man, Keaton was kind of weird.
Yeah, he because you made him drop his banana. If you remember that, he wasn't happy about that.
He got mad about that banana, boy.
Oh,
he signed my picture. He got pissed at me because he dropped the banana. I'm like, pick it up, Batman.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, he would not sign anything to do with Beetlejuice or Batman.
Yeah,
whatsoever. He'd only sign a regular picture of himself.
Yeah, and then he signed your name in it. If you remember that.
Yeah, he would sign his name, then your name would be in the actual autograph.
Yeah. Yeah, and then,
I guess because he didn't want you trying to resell it or something. But
I don't even know where that picture is, but it's somewhere.
Yeah, it's not up on the wall, is it?
My childhood, so
you didn't hang that on the wall, did you?
No, if it was Batman, you're damn right. He is my Batman, but no, not with his picture. No.
Yeah.
Batman had been one of the coolest one I had, but no, if he wouldn't sign Batman or Beetlejuice, what would be the point?
Yeah. Who's the biggest jerk actor that you've met?
It's kind of a tie. I would say between Shia LaBeouf and Vince Vaughn.
Oh yeah, Vince Vaughn.
Really, Vince Vaughn?
He is nothing like you see on TV, man.
That's heartbreaking because I'm a big fan of his. Yeah,
well, I was. We worked on a movie called Term Life with Terrence Howard and him, and there's a kid. I don't know if you were too familiar with Grantville, Georgia, but that's where they filmed the Clear episode. But they filmed Dumb and Dumber 2 down there, and this kid had a skateboard. He got signed by Jim Carrey. Well, Jeff Daniels was kind of a douche too, but he wasn't the biggest douche as Vaughn. But anyway, Vaughn told him, he said, "I'll just wait right here. I'll sign it for you. You're good. Don't worry about it." He snuck out the back door on that kid and never came back.
Yeah.
And there was a couple incidents where, we worked on the store right there on the corner. It was called Zombie Geeks when Patrick was alive. And
okay, I remember that store. A friend of mine, I went down there and went to that store.
Yeah, that's where I worked. And to make a long story short, we were sitting in there, and Terrence Howard came in and said, "Don't tell my wife I'm buying stuff," and hung out with us for 45 minutes. I was like, okay.
Uh-huh.
And he actually came in and took pictures with us and hung out with us and everything.
Yeah. My worst would have to be Tom Hanks when they were
the funniest. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I've told the story to Joel before, and you know the story about Tom Hanks when they was filming Sully up they were downtown Atlanta, and Clint Eastwood's right there. We're like, oh, let's try to get Tom Hanks instead of Clint Eastwood, dumbasses. He looked at me and said, no. And then he grabbed some girl's camera right out of her hand, or her phone, and took a picture, a selfie real quick, and threw it back at her. And he said, don't come near me, I'll call security.
At least you got the picture.
Yeah, well, I wasn't in it, thank God. And then 2 days later, we ran into Clint Eastwood when they were filming, I forget where, Country Club they were filming at. They actually invited us in to come eat, and I talked to Clint Eastwood for almost like 50 minutes, talking about military stuff.
Huh.
Yes, awesome.
But yeah, Tom Hanks is an ass.
Well, I know you met Tom Cruise. How was he?
He was weird. He was weird. It was up at a ball ground when they were doing Nina, where they changed the name to. We just happened to be walking up to the set, and there's a crowd of people, and there's Tom Cruise in the middle, and he's like signing everything, telling jokes, and he was over friendly.
Yeah.
But
now let me ask you, how tall is he really?
Have you ever seen Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? The dwarves are taller than him.
The funniest thing I ever seen was I was standing in line in Noonan. If you Google Cat Williams in Noonan, Georgia, he got arrested 3 times when he was here. But I was standing in line in Kroger, and I'm checking out or whatever. I look down, no joke. This dude come to my chest, and I'm short.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What's up, little white man?" And I'm like, "What the hell?" I look down, there's Cat Williams standing there. I'm like, I don't know what the hell to think now. He just kept it was hilarious, man. He was funny. He told this one girl, he's like, you keep taking my picture, I'm going to charge you. It's like, it was hilarious.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, the one about Cat Williams, that reminds me of one of the comedy roasts where I think it was Snoop Dogg or maybe Jeff Ross that said that made a comment about him getting his clothes at Baby Gap.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Slash.
Oh,
Slash,
yeah.
That Funko Pop there. Okay, I went up there to the up in Atlanta to the Tabernacle, and he had a concert with his band or whatever, and we were hanging out outside after the concert, and he said, "I'm gonna come out there and sign stuff." And we're like, "Okay, cool." He was signing these couple $1,000 Gibson guitars. Okay, you think if anybody was to make any money, it was off them damn guitars. Okay,
yeah.
So me and this guy named Shannon, we walked to the front of the line. We handed these Funko Pops. Okay, him and his bouncer looked at the Funko Pop, said, "We ain't selling this eBay shit," and threw it back at us. And I'm like, it's a damn Funko Pop. And he told the girl after us, he's like, "I'll break your goddamn camera if you keep coming over." I was like, "Oh my God." Something like snapped in his brain, man. I don't know what it was today, but he looked freaked out on everybody.
Yeah.
They're worried about you selling a Funko Pop on eBay for about $50 when a guitar, like you said, you sell for thousands of dollars.
Well, a Funko Pop signed by Slash actually goes for about $350. No joke.
Oh, okay. Well,
there you go. But he was more upset about that than he was a $5,000 Gibson.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you still listen to Guns N' Roses, or are you done with them?
No, I fuck Guns N' Roses. I used to love Guns N' Roses. I can't stand them anymore.
Well, I just saw them in concert about 3 years ago with the Cult.
Oh yeah, the Cult. Now,
the Cult, man, I wouldn't pay 50 cents to go see Slash anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
I saw Guns N' Roses the first time back in 1990 at the Birmingham racetrack with Skid Row opened up for them. Great concert, but some idiots started throwing stuff up on stage, and Axl got pissed because it almost hit him in the head, and he walked off stage for about 45 minutes, and the rest of the band's out there just kind of keep playing the same song.
Yeah. Musicians are usually assholes anyways. I mean, name one that's been pretty cool. I can't really think of one. I'm still thinking. And then,
even Zach was kind of douchey, man. I remember Zach Brown that night with the 2 women in downtown Sonoy. He was kind of mean to them.
Yeah, he was a jerk.
I thought Zach was cool, man, growing up. He just totally changed, man.
Have you ever noticed, though, the actors who play bad guys are usually really nice in person, and the guys who play good guys on movies and TV are usually assholes? Have you ever noticed that?
Well, I know. I remember when the David Morrissey, man, he was just good as could be. He would remember my kids' names, man, and he was just always good to us.
Yeah, he was a good dude. He liked to talk too. He liked to talk. He always asked what your name was. Oh, what's your name?
He would remember.
Yeah.
Just in case I've seen you a couple times, he'd be like, "Get the fuck home somewhere."
Yeah.
That's why he would do that. No joke.
Well, we're getting close to 1 hour. We went 30 minutes over what we did last night, and if you're out there listening,
all that sports and Braves talks that took us there. Sorry about that, people.
Yeah.
We'll try to limit it to just Walking Dead stuff in the future.
Yeah, we're trying. But if you're out there listening, you just hit us up on the email. It's the Dead Truth Podcast at gmail.com. And we'll have all our social media set up pretty soon. And any suggestions, any comments, give us a thumbs up, thumbs down. We love them all.
Yep.
We did say we were going to do autographs and everything else, so that's kind of included.
Yeah, that's kind of a little included.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, because I'd love to hear other people listen to this, what their horror story, some of their horror stories with some of their actors they met. Like, has anybody else ran into Tom Hanks or Vince Vaughn, or, I want to hear was he just that day, or is he usually, I want to hear what you all have to say.
Yeah, because we all know we all have our own bad days, and maybe it was just a bad day, maybe it's a hard day on set for Vince or whomever, and maybe they're not like that all the way. All the time.
That's true. That's true. I mean, I have bad days, and I'm like, if I was an actor, I'm like, yeah, shut up. Oh.
Like right now with my knee in the condition it's in, if someone wanted me to stand around for an extra 30, 45 minutes to sign autographs, I'd be like, no, I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah, too. You got to imagine, too, if you get off work and then there's a bunch of people waiting for you in the parking lot after you get off work. Hey, man, yeah. That would get annoying after a while, wouldn't you think? You just want to get home, go eat some dinner, and call it quits.
God bless the members of the Walking Dead, because now there are some that I've never met, so maybe they are those types that they just don't want to be near the fans, but the ones who get out near the fans, they truly love being with the fans.
Oh, yeah. Because we're doing another show tomorrow. We up for it for one more?
Sure.
Yeah. Sure. And I don't have anything left to say tonight except for it was a good show tonight, and I learned a lot that I forgot about, Jimmy. Thanks for reminding me of a lot of stuff I forget about.
I just wish I'd been at been with y'all at those times that you're talking about. It sound like good times.
Oh yeah. We could.
Crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, tomorrow night maybe we'll talk about if you remember someone hacked their radios at one time on set.
Oh yeah.
We can talk if you remember that. I just kind of remember that.
We still begin to do that now.
Yeah.
And just before we part, Jimmy, I think you're talking about the zombie geek store. I actually think I may have met you that time when I was there. This is long before Kevin had ever introduced me to you, but you mentioned that. I'm like, wait a minute, this dude, he kind of, now it's kind of coming back to me. I think I met you, because that was back when they were talking about casting Negan, and they hadn't really decided yet who was going to play Negan.
Yeah.
And we were bouncing around the idea of Bruce Campbell, like we mentioned last night. So I think I met you back then.
Yeah, I've been around for a long time. I'm sort of antique. Dustin Baker calls me his personal relic because he collects Walking Dead stuff. He's like, he put me on his shelf, I guess.
Yeah, we just keep you dusted off and you're good to go.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, gentlemen. Well, until tomorrow night, I thank everybody who listened, and I think we have 6 subscribers now on YouTube. Wow. And
not bad for one day.
Yes.
For one episode.
Yeah.
There you go.
And again, if you have any comments or critiques or just want to tell us to go to hell, hit us up on the email. It'll be in the description below. And until then, have one hell of a night.
See ya.
How many walkers have
See
you killed?
everyone.
How many people have you killed?
I'd like to have a calm discussion on this topic. You think we can manage that?
The world ended. Didn't you get the memo?
We ain't even having this conversation.
Hey, mister, you even know what's going on?
Come down here, let's have that talk.
Hey, you alive in there?
We got a mission too. It's keeping that man alive, getting him to Washington, and saving the whole damn world.